Hey gang, Mike here, head trader at True Trading Group. May 21st was a nice day for multiple reasons. It was a nice green day. I only made 2 trades. Caught a 25% gain in ADOM. Took a loss in INPX, but still finished the day well into the green because of that ADOM. I'm going to go over both those trades with you. But I'm also going to go over with you this SNES monster stock today, 290% gainer. Trading much higher after market, complete kind of short squeeze play all day today. I didn't trade a single share of this SNES, and that's going to take me to our lesson, and that's understanding the lunchtime breakout. So before I get into my 2 trades, let's talk about this SNES, because I do not like lunchtime breakouts. I don't trust lunchtime breakouts because they tend to fail more often than not. Okay, they tend to fail more often than they give you continuation and follow through, and the reason for that is volume. Okay, volume during lunchtime is typically lighter than the morning session and the afternoon session. So because of that lack of volume, it's harder to get follow through. Now, not to say you don't sometimes get follow through during lunchtime, as we saw today in SNES, but just like how nothing works 100% of the time, nothing doesn't work 100% of the time. And what I'm going to go over with you in this SNES is understanding when you need to pay attention to a lunchtime breakout. Okay, and there was something that happened in SNES today that is that signal. Okay, because I spoke about volume and I spoke about, volume is typically lighter, so that's why you don't get that follow through and continuation. However, when a stock breaks the high of the day during lunchtime, which is from about 12 to 2, if that break is accompanied by the highest volume the stock has experienced on the day, you have to pay attention to it. Okay? Because the whole reason why I don't trust lunchtime breakouts is because volume is typically lighter. But if volume is heavier, that's when you need to pay attention to it. And I'll take you to this SNES. I was watching SNES. Let's pan this in. Okay, I was watching this so closely when I was in this little consolidation range here, was holding above VWAP and was just kind of consolidating here. I was really hoping that we were going to hold above this area throughout lunchtime and then make its move later in the afternoon like we saw in ADOM Friday. So if you watched my previous video about my ADOM trade on Friday, I was looking for a very similar setup to ADOM in this SNES today, but I didn't get it. Okay, it ended up breaking out and making its move at noon. Okay, I hate when stocks make their move during lunchtime. But when we broke through the high of the day, notice the volume that came in on that break. The highest volume bar the stock had experienced on the day. Okay, when you see that kind of volume on a break through the high, even though it's lunchtime, that's when you need to pay attention to it. And if you're going to trade a lunchtime breakout, that is when you should trade it. Okay, I don't suggest trading lunchtime breakouts, but if you are going to, make sure it's a break on the heaviest volume the stock experienced on the day. Okay, because now let's take a line, we'll draw it right across the previous high of the day. This is textbook, guys. We break through the high, big increase in volume, we pull back in, that previous high holds support, and the stock starts to push. Okay, and notice that so these huge volume bars during lunchtime, when volume is typically lighter, you're getting some of the heaviest volume bars the stock experienced the whole day, and that's why you got that follow through, and that's why you got that push in SNES, was because the volume was not lighter during lunchtime. In fact, it was some of the heaviest volume the stock had experienced on the day at that point in time. Okay, and that's why you got that push. So the lesson is understanding when it's okay to go after a lunchtime breakout, and it's when that high is broken on the heaviest volume the stock experiences on the day, and that SNES really gave you a nice little trade. Okay, we got immense follow through later in the day, guys, after market. I mean, we closed here around $1.29, and then we pushed all the way as high as $1.58 after market, and we're still trading at $1.50 as I make this video. So definitely something that we're going to keep on watch for tomorrow. Maybe for another potential round 2 of the squeeze, who knows. But I didn't trade a single share of this SNES, but I wanted to go over this with you because I feel like it was an important lesson to talk about for that lunchtime breakout. So that's it, guys, on the SNES. Now, let me delete this. I'll take it to my trades on the day. First trade of the day, ADOM. This was a good one. Crushed this trade on Friday. Guys, 24% gain and pulled another 25% gain out of ADOM today. And now let's talk about ADOM here. So ADOM gaps up after the big strong day it had on Friday. Gaps up today above yesterday's high. I was looking for a pullback down to test yesterday's highs. We didn't quite get down there, but we held above it and then pushed higher. What I want you to notice about ADOM is the volume, the price action of the volume, the price action in comparison to the volume that the stock was having off the open, because that was the signal. Okay, notice how after we opened up and the stock extended higher, it was on huge volume. I mean, look at those two volume bars compared to the entire day yesterday. I mean, look at the size of these volume bars. That right away is an indication that the stock's going to push and there's still momentum in the stock. Okay, so once I saw that volume and the stock pushed off the open, I was looking for the first pullback to get long. Okay, so let's take out our Fibonacci retracement level and see what we're looking at here at that current high of the day. Okay, and when I started to know, oh, let me readjust that. There it is. What I started to notice on this gap up from there's your high of the day was on this pullback, we were pulling back right down into the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level. And VWAP was also working its way, converging right on this area, and this is where we started to hold support, and this is where I wanted to get long. Okay, but going back to the volume, notice the difference in this huge volume as the stock surged higher, and then look at how small the volume was as the stock experienced a calm pullback down to a key support level, which was the 38.2 and the VWAP. Okay, that's why I loved ADOM. At that point in time, I said, this is going to push higher, guys. With that strong volume off the open, you got real low volume. This is less than half the volume on the pullback. Less than half. Okay, so you get that pullback down to that first support level. There it is. I said, let's look for that $1.50 area to hold support. Take it to my trade announcements, guys. Here we are at 9:43 a.m. Long ADOM at $1.54. Was long a tier 1 at $1.54. Stop loss $1.45. Okay, let's go back to the chart. Okay, guys, so here is where I got long, right in here. We end up pushing higher. I added tier 2 at $1.61 as volume started to increase again, and we ran up to start to test the high of the day. And once we got up to the high of the day, which at the time was $1.69, okay, we were not able to break it on the first attempt. Okay, so I wanted to lighten my position because I had a large position size at this point because I added at $1.61, moved my average up to like $1.58. Almost $1.59 because of how much I bought up there at $1.61. I thought we were just going to go. So take it back to my trade announcements. I lightened my position. Okay, took some profit at $1.64. Still holding some because we didn't break on that. We didn't break through the high on that first attempt. So I wanted to lighten my position. I think I had a little bit too much. Okay, so after we broke through the high of the day, we start to extend. I sold the bulk of my position right here at $1.75. Back to my trade announcements. Here we are. Took more profit. ADOM $1.75. Still holding small. And then at 9:58, final take profit in ADOM at $1.92 for a 25% gain on my final take profit. High of the day was $1.97 later on, about 45 minutes later. Okay, so nice little trade on that ADOM, and it really is all about the Fibonacci and the VWAP converging on that same price area, but it's really more so about the volume on that price action, the real huge volume as the stock pushed higher, nice low volume on a controlled orderly pullback. When you see that type of action, you look for that first area of support. In this case, it was right around that $1.50, which is where 38.2 and VWAP converged. That's where you get long, support was kicking in, and then bang, stock extends, gives you some real nice follow through and is a real nice profitable trade. Okay. I only made 2 trades today, so 1 winner, 1 loser. So that was the winner in ADOM, and now I'll take you to INPX. INPX, I alerted initially. I was looking for this to be a swing trade. Just didn't work out. I'm going to go over with you what I saw in INPX and why I took the trade. And I'll start by taking you to the daily chart. When you go out to the daily chart, I want you to notice this very, very clear area of resistance here at like 42.5 cents. Okay, I mean, you can see this resistance across all of these highs. The stock was just not able to ever break above this area. That's such key resistance for the stock. I thought if we broke above it, okay, started to hold, I thought we would push up towards and test that 50-day moving average. I didn't think we were going to get all the way up to that 75-cent area, but I thought we can at least push into the 50s, maybe 60 cents on INPX as a really small float. So I thought if we break through that level, we have a chance to go. So INPX starts to get some action. I'm going to leave this line up there, and I'm going to show you why. Look where that line lines up. Dead perfect. Dead perfect to the previous high. We then broke through that high on a nice increase in volume. We then started to hold support, and I got long INPX at 42.5 cents at 10:55 a.m. Okay, that is right there. Okay, right here is where I got long INPX because we were holding that 42-cent level, which not only was the previous high of the day, it's also resistance on the daily. And this is a setup that if I see it again tomorrow in any other stock, I'd buy it. If I see this setup 100 more times, I'm going to buy it 100 more times. Okay, but like I said earlier in the video, just like nothing works 100%, just like nothing doesn't work 100% of the time, nothing works 100% of the time. And this is just a situation in INPX where it just didn't work. I loved the setup. We also had VWAP was holding support, such clear support. I mean, look at this VWAP. Look at that. It's a no-brainer. VWAP was holding support beautifully during this consolidation. I thought maybe after we broke through, I thought VWAP would work its way up to 42, give me a previous high, and give me a VWAP. Okay? You had our Fibonacci level at the time. You had the 23.6 was sitting just above that level. Okay, and I thought even if we break below that, now you've got the 38.2 Fibonacci and VWAP as your secondary support level right down here. That I thought, okay, well, this should be good. So here's my primary support at 42. Here's my secondary support down here around 41. I've got a real good risk-reward ratio on this. Risk a couple of cents to make possibly 15 cents. Great risk-reward ratio. I'd make this trade again tomorrow if I saw it. So I got long there, guys, but the support levels didn't hold. We ended up breaking back below that previous high and back below VWAP that was holding support all morning. So I ended up getting stopped out right there is where I got stopped out of INPX. And the stock just kind of traded sideways for the rest of the day. Okay. But I liked the setup. I really did, guys. The volume was great. Let me show you what I was seeing in the volume. I mean, this is typically a low volume stock, but it was experiencing a very heavy volume for the stock. I mean, look at this volume today in comparison to the last several days. I mean, it's night and day. Okay, so I said, okay, heavy volume day for the stock. We just broke through. Let me pan back over. We just broke through the high of the day on a real nice strong volume surge. That high of the day also lines up, okay, with major resistance on the daily. So I said, oh, it's okay. We broke through major resistance on the daily. We broke through the high of the day. I'm going after it. And that was my thought process with INPX. It just didn't work out. But I did, guys. I really liked the setup. So I took a loss on that INPX, but still finished the day green because of that ADOM. All right. So let's keep SNES on watch for tomorrow. Huge day today, trading up after market. I didn't trade it today, but we'll see. Maybe I take a crack at it tomorrow if certain things align and we get another shot at it. So good stuff today, guys. I think SNES, I expect a good day tomorrow. I think that is going to spark, kind of like how IMTE, when it went crazy, was up like 1,900% a couple weeks ago. That move in SNES, it seems like when you get an all-day runner in the small cap market, the next day is usually really active and there's a lot more volume and follow through because a lot of traders are looking for the next SNES and a lot of things start to pop off. So come in tomorrow morning ready to rock and roll. We'll go over the watch list and I'll see you guys in chat. Take care.